Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of the AnkiPaglu series, the app, the deck, and the cashier's check. Now, sorry for the delay in releasing this episode. I was procrastinating a lot for the past few weeks, but now I'm back. And in this series, we'll talk about how to use Anki. I'll discuss the basics of Anki and everything about Anki, how to make new cards, how to review, what are the settings that you need, and yeah, this will be about it. So let's start. So, in this episode, we will answer these questions: how to download Anki, the different platforms where it's available, is it free, is it paid, what are deck, how do you import a deck, and all that. Final setup and everything about it. Fine. So, Anki is available on three platforms: the iOS, the Android, and the Windows. It's also available on Linux, but Windows is primarily the platform that everyone uses. So, we'll talk about it. On the iOS platform, it's actually paid. So currently the price is 2499. So you can you buy that app and you can access it anywhere, any on any iOS device, be it iPad, Mac, iPhone, anywhere. Right. So it's a one-time investment, and if you're someone who primarily uses an iOS device, then I'll say you should buy it because it's a one-time investment. And first of all, it's a great app, and second of all, this is the only way the developers of this app are making money. So yeah, you should go ahead with it. But if you're using an Android platform or a Windows device, it is absolutely free, right? And there's another way, just a trick basically, which I'll talk about later, for an iOS device, that you can finish your reviews for free, and I'll tell you about it. Yeah, so on your iOS device, as you can see, this is paid, and Android it's free, but there are a lot of similar looking apps. When you go to your Play Store, you'll find a lot of apps with Anki, something like Anki flashcards, Anki. But this is the correct app. This is the original app. You can see this icon. You can see this Anki Droid open source team, and this is the app you should go ahead with. And on your iOS device, it's pretty clear. There's only one app which you will find. So after you have downloaded, now for Windows, it's pretty simple actually. Well, I'll show you. So you just type Anki and just go to this website. This is how it looks, and you can download Anki right here. Now after you've downloaded Anki, the first thing that I want you to do is you open this app. This is how it looks like. Your Anki, everything is clear. There's no deck. The first thing I want you to do is go to sync and make an account, right? So you'll have to make an account right here. You sign up, and this is how it looks, right? And yeah, so yeah, this is how it looks. So you'll have to make an account here, and I'll tell you why you should make an account. That is because of the sync feature. Wait, yeah, sync feature is actually this. Now let's say you have two devices. One is a Windows device, and the other one is an iOS or an Android device. Now let's say you're an intern preparing for neetpg, and you wake up and you decide, no, I have 1,000 reviews today, and I'll finish, let's say, 300 reviews before going for my duty. So you take your laptop and you sit and you finish your reviews. Now after you sync it, uh, this data is stored on Anki Web, which is like the primary server. So both Android and both your phone and Windows is synced to this Anki Web. Now when you open your phone, it'll show 700 reviews and not 1,000 reviews. So that's how sync works in general. And then after, in your hospital, you finish another 200 reviews, you're left with 500 reviews, and then you come back, in evening and you decide, no, I'll finish the rest of reviews on my laptop, and you can just go ahead with it. Now, the trick I was talking about for an iOS device is basically you need to go to your Safari browser, and yeah, you go to Safari browser. I'm showing it on a Windows platform, but you can do it on your Safari too. So you just go to this ankiweb.net and you log in, and just have a look. So you can finish your reviews for free on an iOS platform if by using a browser. For this, you don't need to buy the app, as you can see. I need to log in again, but this is how you can finish your reviews for free on an iOS device. You don't need to think too much about it. But yeah, now after you have synced your account, after you have created this your account on Anki, I'll show you how to import a deck. Let me show you how to download a deck first. Now, let's say you want to download any deck. Let's say you want to download the iAnki deck. So you just go ahead and type iAnki deck, just add Reddit, and this is it. Just go here, and you can download it right here. Now, I've already downloaded a couple of decks. I'll show you how to import them. Right. Wait a second. Yeah. So as you can see, I have downloaded two decks, the Ultimate Geography deck and the Great Works of Art deck. So you go to this deck and it should show up. So yes, it'll automatically show up, and you can just import it right here. You can see I'm importing it, and yeah, so it's done. It's pretty simple. There's another way to import it. I'll show you that too. Right. So you go to File and import. So I'll go to where my deck is stored. Yeah, so let's say I want to import this deck, Great Works of Art deck, and I can do it just like that. So it's pretty simple importing an Anki deck. Now, after importing, you need to sync it, right? So that the final data is stored on Anki Web and you can access it from your phone. So the first sync usually takes a bit longer as compared to the next syncs, but it won't take that long. But yeah, you should go ahead and sync it as soon as possible after you have imported a deck. Syncing basically, a lot of people have this fear that what they are primarily doing Anki on their phone, and what if they lose their device? What if it gets deleted? So syncing basically prevents all of that, right? And you can import a deck in the very same fashion in your smartphone. Let's say you don't have a laptop and you are doing Anki on your smartphone. You can just do it in the very same way that I showed you in the laptop. Just need to select the deck and you need to import it via your Anki app on your smartphone. Fine. Now let's talk about the settings. So we have two decks here, right? And a lot of people have this um, inherent fear, or they get overwhelmed when they look at these options, right? So I just showed you. Just go here. You can also open the options on your phone, and these are your options. So there are a lot of options, as you can see. I'll guide you through them one by one. Now the first option is new cards per day. I recommend you start with 100 cards per day. This is a preset. You can go for just for that specific deck, or you can just go today only, right? Maximum reviews per day, you should go, I'll say 9, just around 10,000 is good enough. But don't worry, your reviews will never reach that 10,000. It's just that your reviews are not, they're limited by this, right? Now, now the very first thing of doing this that I want you to do is toggle on this setting. This is FSRS. So this is toggled off and I need to toggle it on. What is FSRS? I told you in my last video. I've explained it in my last video. You can just see it. Now what you need to do is you need to optimize all presets, right? So you optimize all presets and you go at option, and you just need to optimize it once a month or once every 15 days. That's good enough. I'll come to this desired retention soon, but before that, you don't need to think too much about this. This is learning steps. This is 1 minute, 10 minute. So if you select again, the card will repeat it after 1 minute. If you select hard or good, it will repeat after 10 minutes, something like that, right? Lapses, just ignore for now. Display order, just this new review order, I want you to select show after review, so that the new cards are not mixed with the reviews. I want you to finish the reviews first and then go for the new cards. Don't do the new cards the first thing in the morning. Just finish your reviews for that day and then go to the new cards. Trust me, finishing the reviews is the most important thing when you're doing Anki. Anyway, so let's talk about this desired retention. Just ignore this FSRS parameters. This is too complex. You don't need to understand it. Just focus on this desired retention. It is automatically set at 90%. Now, what is this? So, wait, I'll show you one graph. Yeah. So this is the desired retention, you can see, and this is the workload, or basically the review load. You need to lie in this green zone. As you can see, 80% to 90% retention is basically almost a flat curve, right? Beyond 95, or I'll say beyond 90%, this curve grows exponentially, right? So you go to 95% reviews, your reviews will be 95% retention, your reviews, your review load will be too high, you'll be overwhelmed. So I'll say you can select your desired retention anywhere from 85% to 90%. That's good. Trust me, that is more than enough. You don't need to go beyond 90. Just 85 percent in the long run is great. And yeah, 85 to 90, anything you can select. I personally had I think I had 88% or 90%, something like that. A lot of people they choose different retention for different subjects. So a lot of people, they select 90% for their PYQ deck, and for the other decks it is 85%. Although the review load is not that different in both of them, but yeah, that is what they do. uh, you can also compute your minimum recommended retention, but when you're starting with, just select 85%, 95%, anything. So I change 25%. You can also go for 90%. Now you see I have changed 90% to 85%. It is showing that a 100-day interval will become 164 days, right? So let's say a card was scheduled after 100 days. So when you are on 90% retention, now when you change it to 85% retention, the card would be scheduled after 164 days, right? Anyway, so bearing review siblings, new siblings, I'll talk about them in my future videos when I talk about how to do your reviews, how to make new cards and all that. Audio ignore, timer you can ignore for now. Auto advance, easy days, I will talk about easy days in my reviews video when I tell you how can you incorporate your GTs with Anki. And apart from that, this is, you can just ignore this. So this is all that you need to know. And then when you're done, you can just, I'll talk about what is leech, what is lapses, I'll talk about them later. But you can just save. This is it, you are good to go. As you can see, the new cards have gone from 20 to 100. Now these are all subtext. You can change, let's say you want to do few new cards of title, so you go to options and select this deck and just go. Let's say you want to do 25 new cards every day for this sub deck, so you can just select. So you see, you can do the very same. You can like exploit different features on your phone in the very same fashion. Yeah, this is it. This is it for the video. And uh, lastly, I want to talk about a lot of people. They are confused if they should have their laptop. If they should do the reviews on their laptop or on their phone or on their iPad. There's no general like consensus on this that no, you should do it on your laptop, you do it on your phone. My friend, she did Anki on her phone. So entire year she was just on her phone doing Anki. I was doing Anki on my laptop, sometimes on my phone. She secured an excellent rank too of 8.6K. I'll drop her video where she talks about. I'll mention that link in my description where she talks about how she incorporated Anki. She was someone who was also uh, preparing uh, for neetpg along with Anki and her notes. So she incorporated both her notes and Anki together. You can check out her video. And lastly, I want to talk about this. So yeah, this is a recent study published on digital flashcards. On basically, it compared the efficacy of flashcards on computers and smartphones. So it had 112 participants, and it went for a 5 week period. It was a randomized control trial, and the results demonstrated that the smartphone group showed the most pronounced improvements. So, if you are someone who is afraid that no, maybe smartphone is not that good, you need a laptop for your Anki, then no, you are wrong. You can do it on your smartphone. A lot of people have done it on their smartphone, and it is efficacious. That's why they have done it, and it does help, right? So thank you for watching this video. I'll I'll try not to procrastinate for my next uh, videos. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll try to upload. I think I have 2 or 3 videos scheduled in this series, mm, and I'll upload them very soon. So thank you. And any doubt, you can just mention it in the comment section. I will reply, and I'll probably cover it in my next videos. Thank you.